The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden, a place of unparalleled beauty and abundance. And let's be honest, probably the first place where someone said, "Hey, let's grow our own food and save some money," to work it and take care of it. Genesis chapter 2, verse 15. This ancient wisdom reminds us of our connection to the earth and our responsibility to nurture it. Plus, it's a great excuse to get out of doing the dishes. Gardens are gifts. They provide food and beauty. We must protect them. They are sanctuaries of peace and productivity, offering a respite from the hustle and bustle of daily life. And let's face it, they make us look like we have our lives together. The glory of gardening, hands in the dirt, head in the sun, heart with nature. It's a holistic experience that connects us to the cycles of life and the rhythms of the seasons. And it's the only time getting dirty is actually a good thing. To nurture a garden is to feed not just the body, but the soul. Alfred Austin. The act of gardening is a form of meditation, a way to find balance and harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. And let's not forget, it's cheaper than therapy. Let's explore how to defend our gardens from pests without spending a fortune. Pests can be a gardener's worst nightmare, but with some knowledge and creativity, we can protect our plants, and maybe even outsmart those little critters. Every gardener knows the joy of a ripe tomato or a crisp cucumber. These moments of harvest are the culmination of our hard work and dedication. And the perfect Instagram post, of course. But pests can quickly steal that joy. They can appear seemingly out of nowhere and wreak havoc on our beloved plants. It's like they have a sixth sense for ruining our day. They can damage plants and ruin harvests. Don't despair. There are solutions that don't require expensive chemicals or harmful pesticides. Because who wants to spend a fortune on bug spray, right? There are many budget-friendly ways to win the battle against pests. From homemade sprays to companion planting, there are numerous strategies to keep our gardens healthy and thriving, and maybe even impress the neighbors. With a bit of knowledge and some effort, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. Gardening is a journey of learning and growth, and every challenge is an opportunity to become a better steward of the earth. And let's be real, it's also a great way to avoid doing laundry. Before you can protect your garden, you need to understand what you're up against. Identifying your foes is the first step in effective pest control. Not all pests are created equal. Each has its own unique behaviors and weaknesses. For instance, slugs and snails are notorious for their love of tender leaves. They come out mostly at night and can cause significant damage if left unchecked. Caterpillars, on the other hand, are voracious eaters of leafy greens. They can strip a plant bare in no time. Aphids tend to cluster on stems and under leaves, sucking the sap and weakening the plant. They can also spread diseases. Take time to observe your garden regularly. Look closely at the leaves, stems, and soil. What is eating your plants? Keep a journal of your observations. Once you know your enemy, you can target your defense more effectively. Research the specific pests that are troubling your garden. Find out what they dislike and what methods are most effective against them. Some plants, like marigolds or lavender, naturally repel certain pests. Incorporating these into your garden can help keep unwanted visitors at bay. Other insects, such as ladybugs and praying mantises, are natural predators of many common garden pests. Encouraging these beneficial insects can create a balanced ecosystem. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to pest control. The more you know about your enemies, the better equipped you'll be to protect your garden and ensure it thrives. One of the simplest and most effective ways to deter pests in your garden is by using barriers. These barriers act as physical obstacles that prevent pests from reaching your precious plants. The best part is, these barriers don't have to be expensive. You can use everyday items and repurpose materials you already have at home. For instance, crushed eggshells create a prickly path that deters slugs and snails. These pests find it difficult to crawl over the sharp edges, keeping your plants safe. Simply scatter the crushed eggshells around the base of your vulnerable plants. This not only protects them, but also adds calcium to the soil, benefiting plant growth. Old curtains or sheets can be repurposed to protect taller plants from harsh weather conditions and pests. Drape them over your plants to create a protective shield. Netting is another affordable and highly effective option. It acts as a barrier that keeps birds, butterflies, and other pests away from your crops. By covering your plants with netting, you ensure that they are safe from being eaten or damaged by these pests. Make sure to secure the netting well to prevent pests from getting under the edges. This will ensure that your plants remain protected at all times. With a little creativity and resourcefulness, you can fortify your garden without emptying your wallet. Use these budget-friendly methods to keep your garden thriving and pest-free. Nature provides its own pest control solutions. Companion planting is the art of pairing plants that benefit each other. Some plants repel harmful insects. Others attract beneficial insects that prey on pests. Marigolds are a gardener's best friend. Their scent repels whiteflies, nematodes, and other pests. Plant them near tomatoes, beans, or squash. Basil is another powerful companion plant. It deters aphids, whiteflies, and asparagus beetles. Section 5. Homemade pest solutions. You don't need expensive chemicals to control pests. Many effective solutions can be made at home. A simple mixture of water and dish soap can deter aphids and other soft-bodied insects. Garlic and chili pepper sprays are also effective repellents. Simply blend them with water and strain the mixture. Test any homemade solution on a small area of your plants first. This ensures that it doesn't cause any harm. Section 6. The patience of a gardener. Pest control is an ongoing process. It requires patience and persistence. Don't get discouraged if your first attempt isn't perfect. Keep experimenting until you find what works best for your garden. Regularly inspect your plants for signs of pests. Maintain your barriers and reapply homemade solutions as needed. Gardening is a learning experience. Each season brings new challenges and triumphs. Section 7. The fruits of your labor. Protecting your garden on a budget is rewarding. Imagine stepping outside and harvesting a basket of fresh, homegrown produce. The taste of success is even sweeter knowing you did it affordably. Budget-friendly gardening is about resourcefulness. It's about working with nature, not against it. It's about the satisfaction of enjoying the fruits and vegetables of your labor. Section 8. A garden of abundance. Creating a thriving garden is a journey. Embrace the challenges and celebrate your successes. With a little effort and a lot of love, your garden will flourish. Remember, every seed sown, every weed pulled, every pest thwarted brings you closer to a bountiful harvest. Let your garden be a source of joy, peace, and healthy food. Happy gardening!